Such nice equipment.
It makes up for us. It's kind of like that camera, you get that beautiful camera. It's like, oh, you take beautiful photos.
Like,
well,
do you guys want to be hosts of a podcast? We're like, not really.
And here we are.
Here we are.
Well, we appreciate you having us, out here. I guess we should probably say where we're at.
Probably.
We're here, where it's happening.
Episode
13. I don't mean what the FLX part. I mean we're at Mountain Rose Farm, right, in Savona. Mm-hmm. And we're with Rachel and Emily. Mm-hmm. And thanks for having us out.
Oh, we're excited to have you here, for sure.
You got a beautiful day outside. You got some trail rides planned for this evening?
Well, we had some this morning, and we did one of our donkey walks to the pumpkin patch this morning.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. And there's a lesson happening right now.
Oh, nice. So a lot going on.
They've stepped away from?
Yeah.
And we're just barging in.
Oh, no, there's another instructor. We can just walk away from the student.
I see a lot of running outside. I wondered what was going on. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, good luck.
No, we see the instructor out there.
Yes.
No, we appreciate your taking the time to chat with us, though.
Absolutely.
What's the name? How do you pronounce the road we're on?
Velie.
Velie.
Velie Road.
Thank you.
Yeah, Velie.
I think every time I've been here, I've come a different way.
Really?
Probably.
Yeah. And I mean, today I came on Quinn Road.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, that's
What's up with that?
Yeah.
I was like, why would somebody name? And then I'm like, never mind. Right next to Bootstrap. It crossed.
Yes. Boot Jack.
Boot Jack, that's right. Yeah.
Which is great.
Well, you come a different way because you get lost.
I didn't listen.
You get lost.
Yeah,
I've heard stories.
I didn't say why I came a different way. I just said I came.
I'm just clarifying.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I made it though, so that's good.
Right. You're here. That's what matters.
Yeah. So, Mountain Rose Farm. When did you all started? Just a couple years back, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we would have bought the property in November of 2021, and then we can't actually overwinter here, but it was all shut down. And then in the spring of 22, I think Memorial Day, we would have opened the rentals, the short-term rentals up, and then started trail riding, I think, in August of 22.
Very slowly.
Yes. Yeah, very slowly. So this is our second full season.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So Rachel and Emily are sisters.
Yeah.
And are you from Pennsylvania originally, and then you moved to Rexville?
Yes.
Is that right?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, Lancaster County, Pennsylvania is where we were born. And then I was 6 when we moved.
Yeah, until I'd have been 9 when we moved it to
New York.
Yeah.
About an hour or so south of here.
Mm-hmm. Just across the border. Because the farm we grew up on bordered, a mile of it bordered the Pennsylvania border. Uh-huh. So you could walk into Pennsylvania. Yeah. Which we always thought was fun.
Yeah.
Growing up.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's like right over here.
Yeah.
I'm in 2 states at the same time.
Right, exactly.
That's right.
Yes.
That's awesome. And isn't it Rexville? Is that where your parents live or whatever?
Correct.
Which is in Steuben County.
That's right.
Nice.
We haven't gone too far.
See how I did that? Shout out to Rexville.
That's right. Sure. You know where Rexville is?
I do. Wow. I do. You know how I get lost sometimes? I actually found it one day. I came out. I'm like, wait, where is it? Oh, I'm in Rexville.
Yeah, Rexville.
Hour and 20 minutes later.
When I first started this job, I used to go on all the back road. I haven't been to a lot of these places, so I'm going to just drive around and see where I get. And I found, there are over 60 communities in Steuben County. I've been to most of them, but a couple of them were unintentional. But I'm glad I found them. They were pretty cool, and that's a neat little area, really pretty.
Yeah, you would have had to come even further than Rexville to see Mom and Dad's commercial hog farm. But yeah, they've got a nice place too.
So you guys grew up on a farm,
and
that's why you chose this direction.
That's what I was going to say. Is that's what kind of primed us to have the knowledge to even the passion, I would say, to come into farming, or I guess this would be technically agritourism. Was growing up in it and living in a wide open space and caring for animals, growing up and learning at a very young age what hard work was. Yeah. And there's no time off, and there's no crying over spilled milk.
Right.
And it was definitely the thing that started it, for sure. Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite part? I mean, of being of the farm life, and living that kind of lifestyle. Because for myself, for example, I never did that. I'm allergic to just about everything. So I actually made a mistake of helping my friend hay one time, in the barn, and I'm allergic to hay, even more than animals.
Bad.
So it wasn't a good experience for me. But I mean, it looked like it was hard work, but I mean, it looked like fun just being, I don't know, you interact with nature so much. Maybe can you speak to some of the things that you love the most?
I think that the biggest thing is we have grown up outside, and that's a huge component of it. We can be outside every single day. We grew up with horses, and there is something really special about a horse. They're so big, first of all, and that's something that people always focus on too. Whenever they come here for rides, they get on them it's so tall. But there's something really special about horses compared to your other pets, your cats, your dogs, that are whatever, friendly with you, that kind of thing. A horse carries you where no other animal does. So I think there's something really special about a horse in that sense as well. And we love the lifestyle. It was interesting. I had a friend recently say man, you're at the farm all the time. How do you, where's your work-life balance or whatever? You don't come home until 8 p.m. And I was like, we don't live on the farm. We live close, but we don't live right on the farm. I wish we did. But I'm like, no, at the end of the day, I, maybe have emails to answer or whatever. And I literally will sit out in the hay ring with the horses and answer my emails. And what better office space than to be outside with animals? And I think that there's a lot of people who would say that is something they enjoy, and then that gets to be our work and our life. We get paid to ride horse, and we get paid to be outside.
And stuff you love to do.
Yeah, I think that's what it kind of boils down to of why we do this. And the best part of it is just, I don't know, it's cliche to say everything, but it's the lifestyle, and the farming is just what we grew up with and what we realize we never want to stop doing.
It's inherently part of who you are, right?
Yeah.
Well, now you get to share it with people by having the rides and lessons and all that stuff. So that's cool.
And that's the passion for sure. Is we say it all the time. That's what we want to do is get people on horses, or get people connected with horses or the outside or animals in general, or even if it's just opening a little window into the farming, because we grew up in commercial farming, the more what you would think of when you think of farming, actually feeding people and raising livestock. And so that's definitely part of the passion, and is probably my favorite part of it is having the opportunity now to open that window and have people that would never have the opportunity to even touch a horse get on and ride for an hour and have that connection as well.
Yeah. I mean, because it is, for most people, it's an anomaly to get that opportunity. I mean, maybe and we were talking earlier about people are drawn to horses. It's if you're out and about and you see one, you kind of go over and check it out, and they are big, but it's kind of like the lake. I've talked in the past about people who have never been, you get the water. There's just something about being near the water or in the water or on it. And the same thing with the horses. It's when you can actually be close to them, you can feel a connection. But when you're actually riding them, there is there's obviously a connection because you're interacting, and the horse usually lets you know that the horse is in charge. At least in my case, it was. Zena was like, no, I don't think so.
I know where I'm going. And you're
coming with me.
But they know their jobs well. And let us just speak about our coworkers here for a little bit. We love the string of horses that we have now. And that was another thing coming into this, was we weren't going to do this to just make money. We loved horses, and we wanted to figure out a way to kind of facilitate that. So we wanted to share it, all of that. But the horses that we have now, we're so proud of them. We were just... we do birthday parties as well. You can hire a few of our horses to come to birthday parties, and we'll do lead line pony rides. And the last one that we did was in Elmira Heights, and right in smack dab middle of town. And I didn't know, getting there, if we were even going to have a space to walk the horses. Fortunately, there was a right of way right behind the house. And there's dogs barking and running up to fences and lawnmowers going off and people yelling and stuff. And those horses didn't bat an eye. They were just content to be there, do their jobs, make a lot of kids really happy.
That's awesome.
It was really cool. So that's always so rewarding. We're going into our harvest season. There's so many fall fests happening in the area. And pretty much every weekend in October here, and then even some in November, we're doing pony rides at fall festivals in the area. So we're so excited for that. And it's so cool to see the kids.
How many horses do you have on the farm?
I was just figuring, I knew this was going to be a question because it's changed recently, right? We have 12 on the farm
12.
right now and 2 donkeys.
Do they all ride? Are they?
Yes. Yes. Even the donkeys.
Even the donkeys.
If you're
Nice.
adventurous.
How about Lucas?
Ooh, that's
No.
You
greeted me.
So
He greeted
Good
me
luck
right in
with
my
that.
car today. Opened the door. There's a giant goat.
yeah, he is
He's
so
like,
friendly.
"Hi."
he could
Yeah.
absolutely do kids
Yeah.
rides.
Oh,
he was
yeah.
a lot bigger than I thought he was going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I have not
solid.
met him yet, but
Yeah.
until today.
Yeah, he's impressive. And
Yeah.
he, honestly, in the reviews and stuff, whether it's the reviews for the horseback riding or the reviews for the vacation rentals, Lucas gets mentioned more than,
Yeah.
Than us.
than us. Anything.
Does
Even
he-
more than the horses.
Does he have his own social pages?
He actually
should.
does.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is he on Instagram?
right.
So I did start a TikTok
TikTok?
for him.
Nice.
Yeah, like late last fall or something, and I was supposed to like do a bunch of content over the winter, and did I? I did
No.
not. No. So I
can find
have.
him.
I was going
That's
to
funny,
say it's
though.
Lucas the Goat, like greatest of all time.
Nice.
But yeah, we need to get him out in the open because he deserves it,
Yeah.
and he is like the coolest goat.
Such
you
an
know?
ime
Yeah.
I know. He handles the fame well too. You know,
Oh,
yeah.
he just
He just
seems to be
saunters
laid
around.
back and
Yeah.
doesn't let it go to his head.
No.
Of
Yeah.
course not. So
But he will
true.
eat stuff if you have it in your hand and you're not paying attention.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He was so close to grabbing $100 bill the other day, like somebody was paying, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Lucas is right there. And I was like, hey, like watch your, he'll eat paper, any sort of paper or cardboard. I was like, look out, and they just like nonchalantly are handing it to me. I'm like, he's going right for it. And we got it out of
Yeah.
the way.
We're not refunding that.
Yeah.
It's, when he gets it, it's gone.
Yeah.
Probably
no way to-
shouldn't admit this, but there was one time that he did get into the farmhouse while we were out on trail rides, and needless to say, we did have to have the riders re-sign their liability waivers because they were gone.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
The goat did eat them.
So tasty.
yeah.
Yeah.
Delicious.
So he keeps
Oh.
life interesting.
Yeah, that's fun.
When you're out here doing the rides, so you get folks of all ability levels and
Yeah.
all experience levels. What are some of the more rewarding things that you've experienced, doing that?
I would say what's been really cool is we do offer a lesson and then trail ride back to back.
Mm-hmm.
And that's usually for the people who are only in the area for a short time. Not really our locals, because you can take regular lessons from us as well. But it's really cool to see somebody get the chance to work with the horse on the ground and get to like bond with it, brush it, all that kind of stuff, work with it a little bit in the round pen before we go out on the trail ride. And the difference in their ability to like enjoy the ride, connect with the horse respond to them is like amazing. In just, an hour of spending kind of like concentrated time with the horse, it's vastly different. And their perspective and how much they get out of it is vastly changed too. Like usually we get back from a trail ride and the people get off and they'll have to ask us which horse they were on because they never interacted with it like face to face. They were just on its back. But like the people who do the lesson beforehand, like that's their horse. And they like, it's amazing to see how the bond kind of grows and the connection's like really strong. That's super rewarding.
Yeah. Like, and within the lesson program as well, just to see kids like advance through that is really cool. And, but even with the trail rides, it's amazing how many people come and they are nervous, so nervous to get on the horse, and you kind of talk them through it. And a lot of times, not just kids, it can be anybody that's just nervous to do it. We'll, have them on and they'll be so nervous. They'll be like, can we get off? Can I get off? I don't want to do this. And it's like, just hang out for 5 minutes. We're going to get 5 minutes down the trail and you're going to want to you're going to want to have a horse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And it happens so often.
Without fail.
Yeah.
Without fail.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had anyone at the end of the ride be like, yep, I was just as scared at the end as I was at the beginning. Like it goes away.
So I had a horse growing up
Okay.
by my parents who had no clue about farming or horses
Love
or
it.
anything. It was just a horse.
Good.
And I remember I was taking lessons and the horse laid down.
Oh.
And it allowed me to get off and then it started rolling.
rolled.
But I never wanted to get on him again
Yeah. Of
course.
until I was an adult. But what would you say to somebody who is nervous and hesitant to come here if they're like not confident of riding a horse?
Yeah. I would say come.
Just come and try
I
it.
think I would
We'll
say
take care of
come.
you.
Yeah, come pat their faces, hang out with them a little bit. Do like just what she was saying was like the lesson into a trail ride where you interact on the ground. You kind of get your feet under you. You're in a safe kind of your space on the ground, and go from that, then progress to getting on their back again. And it's easy for us to say, because we do know the horses really well, and they are very quiet. So it's easy for us to say, oh, he's quiet, he's fine, he's not going to do anything. But they really are. And but that's what I would say is like start back slow and do some what she was saying.
Do you see a lot of younger people coming? Like, do you have an age limit that they can ride, or is it open to anyone?
Well, we do for the trail ride. So the hour-long like beginner trail ride, which is probably our most popular, is ages 8 and up. Every now and then we'll squeak it down lower than that, but it really depends on the child. They have to be gung-ho for horses because an hour is a long time.
Yep.
And
then
the
size difference
they need
between
to
an
be
8-year-old to
tall
a
enough.
horse is more intimidating than an adult.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but sometimes I was going to say sometimes they come with no fear. And I'm
Have
like,
you met
need
Xena?
to-
True. Exactly.
Yeah. So, and we can accommodate, kids that age, or even if they're like 10 years old and really nervous, a lot of times we'll just lead their horse behind on our guide horse. And so we can still facilitate that. And then we do offer like just lead line rides where we're on the ground walking the horse and they just sit in the saddle and
that's
go
younger.
on. And that's all the way down to any kid that wants to get
I think
on.
we have a 3-year-old coming
nice.
this week. So yeah.
Cool.
And I mean, the personalities of the horses, and you match them up. Because I know when I came with some riders, you had the right people. You fixed them up and got so they got to know their personality before they even started. And I'm joking about Xena because Xena's pretty large,
Very large,
but just totally chill. Like she was very chill, very just relaxed and really a sweet horse. I mean, it was such a nice experience. I was a little intimidated at first too.
Did you ride?
Yeah. She let me go, and I know Emily. She's like, I guess I'll put up with you. My mom says the same thing sometimes, so I get
We
it.
were so
Did
excited
Emily
to have
have a
Dale.
lead? Did she have to lead?
Emily was behind me. She was making sure that I didn't just
For
like.
those
I was picking up the
inexperienced
pieces.
people.
Yes. She's like, okay, Dave, you'll be okay.
But it's true when people show up. So everyone does give us heights and weights, and that kind of just helps us with the welfare of the horse and matching horses because we have horses of all sizes. But when people show up, we can have a group as big as 8 people. That's our max to take out on one trail ride. And we lots of times can put, multiple, size-wise, they could ride, multiple of our horses, but we do kind of a split-second first impression, trying to match up personalities and, like, confidence level, because all of our horses they're all very well trained, they're all very quiet, but they do all have personalities. Yeah. And it's cool because sometimes we'll just, gut reaction kind of pick people to put on horses. And there's sometimes it works out so beautifully and people are like, that's the one I was looking at. Or, man, this horse is just like me. And I'm like, well, not to say I didn't
There's
see
a
that.
tip jar
There
at the
wasn't-
bar.
We're here watching out for you. That's for sure. Yeah. But it's cool. It's cool to see that too. It's really cool to be in customer service in this kind of capacity, I would say, because they're here to have a good time. We're here to give them a good time. And the horses love doing what they do too. I have one horse in particular that if he isn't taken out on a trail ride within the last couple of days, like he will be taking the lead rope out of my hand, trying to get in front of the horse I'm leading out. Like, why am I not going?
Yeah.
So they definitely love their jobs.
Well, I think you can tell they're friendly too, because where I parked, I got out and the 2 horses right there came right up to the fence,
Yeah.
like coming over, like, come on, pet me.
That's right.
I didn't pet him because I didn't know if I was allowed to, so I stayed back a little bit.
No.
I was like, they
No,
were
I'm just kidding.
Well,
They were
they're
very
the
friendly.
fence
That's just
shocks.
Yeah,
So.
I made the mistake. The
Oh,
last time
no.
I came, I made a few, but the last time I was here, I only saw one of your donkeys. It's black and white.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't see the head, right? And I'm like, that is a very thin cow. And, and Emily's like, Dave, that's not a cow.
Try again.
Welcome to the farm.
Yeah, that was funny because I thought you were making a joke.
Yeah, we both were like,
Yeah.
oh, that's funny.
It's
It
even
does
worse
look like
now.
a cow,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Oh, shucks.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
That's okay.
Oh, that's a good one.
We do have a cowish looking donkey. We'll give it to you.
It's pretty cool looking, really. I mean, but I'd never seen one that was
No.
black and white. So when
Yeah, they are.
They're not super common that way.
I was so confident in that too. I was like, oh my God, I've never seen.
It's okay,
got
Dave.
cows.
Like, you got cows.
Yeah.
It's okay, Dave.
I don't get out.
I'll forgive you.
You're learning.
Another thing that Emily had mentioned when we were riding, which I thought was interesting, is how when you're doing the rides, you're basically the horse is kind of acting counter to its own instinctive nature, right? You know, and it's kind of neat how that they really are allowing us to experience something. You know, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, as a prey animal, I mean, horse is a prey animal. We're, of course, a predator at the top of the food chain type of a deal. There's really, their instinct is exactly opposite to allow of that, like to allow a predator to tell it what to do, to sit on its back, to give it any kind of direction in any way, shape, or form. I think that horses are as trainable, or more so even than maybe dogs, just because of that. Literally, when you take a horse that's never been handled by people, that horse is going to be pulling back against the halter, or the first time you go to lead it, like the simplest thing that you can do with a horse is lead it, right? They're going to be pulling back against that pressure. That's their instinct, is to pull back. Well, when you're on them and they're fully trained, that's all that you do, is you pull back on the reins, or you pressure their sides to go forward. Like it's so counter to their instinct, and you train them right out of it. To me, it's amazing that they ever let us ride them.
Yeah. And then to do it over and over and but I guess
consistently,
to get to a point where they're comfortable with it and that they like it too. I mean, we don't want to, like, it's definitely not that you're just training them out of their normal instincts. It's basically you're coming alongside what is ingrained in them, and you instinctively, maybe, you know, you're the predator that they wouldn't necessarily listen to, but as you train them, it's all about coming alongside them and learning to have like a two-way conversation and being able to communicate with them in such a way that they feel at peace. And that they are
be confident.
To trust you as the leader. It's similar to dogs in that sense, but they're
cool
I mean,
animals. You're kind of introducing them to the fact that there are people that they can actually be symbiotic with, and you know, I mean, and so it's kind of like a reintroduction to humans in a different way, right?
Yeah, be part of the herd.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
And you guys also offer a place to stay here, right?
Yes.
Airbnb or...
We have 2 cabins, cottages, whatever you'd like to call them, where people can stay. We have the smaller guest cottage, which is pet friendly, has a queen bed, so it sleeps 2. And then we have the larger loft studio. We don't allow pets up in there. If anyone's like allergic or whatever, that's like a pet free place. And there's a queen bed in there and a twin bunk bed, so you can sleep 4. But yeah, the people who come for farm stays, I think the most common phrase is like little corner of paradise or slice of heaven. That's what people always call it. And it's so cool to like see the farm through their eyes. They love it. It's really quiet.
It's an experience for people who aren't aware of what life is like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
they get to come experience a nice quiet farm stay where the loudest thing is literally the donkey braying. Right. And it is loud.
Yeah. You mentioned that before, that country quiet is a completely different experience if you haven't had it. Just the peacefulness and serenity of it.
Yeah.
And that's always been like the goal. That's actually on our business cards, is break from the busy. And so that's always what we've wanted, whether it's with the stays or with the trail ride or whatever. You know, if you come here, we want to be able to facilitate peace and quiet, break from the busy, like a chance to just rest and recharge.
Can you, we don't want to give away everything, but can you kind of describe the riding experience? Because having been on it, it's absolutely scenic. I mean, it's beautiful.
Yeah, describe to us the riding experience.
Okay, well, first
you've been for a ride, Dave. How was your experience?
It was wonderful. Yeah,
that's good.
It was great.
What was your favorite part, Dave?
The whole thing. I will say one thing though, and this is probably going to sound corny, but that's new for me. But I will say one of the best things. I've been here probably 8 or 10 times now, and it's always you two. You know, I mean, so your personalities come through, and I think that's. It's a benefit because your love for what you're doing and the fact that you're sharing something that you love really comes through when you're interacting with the people and the horses. And it just seems like everybody kind of picks up on that, and then they feel like this is where I'm supposed to be. You know, that's what I've heard before. People are like, oh, I just felt I didn't want to leave. You know, it was just like I felt this connection to myself.
Absolutely.
You know,
absolutely, yeah. Welcome to come, welcome to stay. Absolutely,
yeah.
And you're just
awesome.
Everyone who comes here, they're honestly just joining us in what we love to do and getting to share that. So it literally is that we would be at the farm every day, whether we had rides or not. I mean, we are. Whether there's rides or not, we're here.
Yeah, so it definitely is
work in that sense. Yeah.
I guess to speak to the riding experience, I guess when you come, the horses are here ready to go. We'll help you get helmets and then get on and do like a quick crash course in horsemanship, we'll say. How to
Little
kind
riding lesson.
Yeah.
how
No
to
crashing though.
no crashing.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was the wrong word.
I'm just kidding.
An easy, gentle.
Yep, short
Yeah.
little lesson, kind of show you around the horse what they expect from you and what you can expect from them. And then we'll get out on the trail and ride for, 45, 50 minutes or so, or
Yeah,
a
and
little
the-
longer. Yeah.
The trail it goes down by our vacation rentals, down by the other horse pastures. So usually there's always horses coming up to the fence line to walk with us for a certain segment of the trail ride. And then we go up through like a clear cut area and cross creeks through the woods. Yeah, so it's like a varied experience, but yeah, very calm, peaceful, relaxing.
And it's really like, even though you're out in the middle of nowhere, you're close to everything. So it's
Yeah.
very accessible and
Yeah.
not far from town.
Yep.
And
We're
stuff.
8
So,
minutes
yeah.
from Hammondsport.
Yeah.
So it's convenient.
Very convenient.
Yep.
And yet you feel like you're totally out of the way, like you said. Yeah. There's a beautiful pond. There's
Yes,
beautiful
by the
wildflowers. There's woods.
Yes.
So you should really
Yeah.
come and see it for yourself. I'm not just
Yeah.
saying,
Get out of town.
Yeah, that's right.
right.
Yeah, I get that. Somebody says it
Ride
to
a
me
horse.
on a weekly basis.
That's right. That's right. Get up here and ride a horse.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate your having us up here.
Absolutely.
And again, taking time out of your busy day to share a little with us.
We
And,
love talking about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
No, it's great.
It's a great place, and we hope people can enjoy it. So thanks for having
Thank
it
you.
here. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'm going to just say, stay groovy.
Absolutely. Every day.